Thank you, Kathy. It's really wonderful to have such a nice introduction. And welcome. It's wonderful to be here. It's a really wonderful turnout for our inaugural San Jose Benefit Breakfast. We really appreciate so many like-minded people coming together to celebrate our belief and our passion that everyone deserves a place called home. Unfortunately, in Silicon Valley, there are a significant number of people who are unsheltered. On any given night, 1,000 people are sleeping with us, but 6,000 people throughout Santa Clara County are homeless. Across the service area that we have, both San Mateo and Santa Clara counties, over 26,000 people were reported homeless last year. We are experiencing a housing crisis, and the hardest hit are our low-income residents. The good news is that the economy is improving. Things are looking up in the tech sector. The bad news is the cost of living continues to rise. According to the recent Silicon Valley Index, between 2011 and 2012, the average rent increased $1,500 in Silicon Valley. In 1 year, rent went up $1,500. By 2013, the average rent soared to over $2,100 per month. A study by Working Partnerships USA reported that 31% of the jobs in Silicon Valley pay less than $16 an hour. So let's do some quick math. I know it's early. If a person at the dry cleaner counter works for $12 an hour, and they work 40 hours a week, he only earns $2,000 a month. So that means that 100% of his income would go to his $2,100 a month rent. 100% of his income just for rent. So that's our problem in Silicon Valley. At InnVision Shelter Network, we see the human cost of this economic inequality. Poverty affects people from all walks of life, including our children, our families, our veterans, single adults, people with disabilities, people who never imagined that one day they would need help or they would be homeless. InnVision Shelter Network has a solution for homelessness. We are the leading homeless service provider across both Santa Clara and San Mateo, so let me tell you a little bit about our statistics. We operate 18 sites in 2 counties, and we serve 1,000 people every night, 1,000 beds. Half of our programs serve families. The other half is for singles. 1 in 7 people we serve is a veteran. And last year, we served a total of 6,200 people in shelter and housing. So if you add the preventative services, the supportive services, and the food we served over the past year, we serve a total of 23,000 people every year. The face of homelessness in our community is diverse and unique. Each person's situation is different, and as you'll hear from a personal story, Katie, one of our graduates, later this morning. So InnVision Shelter Network intentionally designed a breadth of services that meet our clients where they are, with their unique needs. And we help them so they can return to the community quickly and live a stable and productive life. Our primary focus is to help people find housing and to become as self-sufficient as possible. We have 800 shelter beds that help people each night. We have 300 permanent supportive housing units for people who need continuous service. And we also work to prevent homelessness, as I mentioned, through several programs, including rental assistance. And this is a very successful program for our veterans. And finally, our last service is outreach into the field and multi-services centers that serve our chronically homeless. So that's our breadth. Now let me tell you a little bit about what makes Shelter Network so different and so unique. We're not only dedicated to providing housing, but also to truly transforming lives and to break the cycle of poverty. We achieve this through what we call Beyond the Bed. Beyond the Bed is a methodology that provides more than just shelter for the night. The focus is employment and education. Beyond the Bed starts the minute someone is connected with InnVision Shelter Network. They get assigned their case manager, who's like their coach, and it helps them to set goals and provide steps forward to make progress. We provide Beyond the Bed to secure employment. Our staff and volunteers every month lead workshops on job research, resume writing, and interviewing skills. We require that clients search diligently and prepare themselves to work, and if they don't have a job and they're able to work, they must actively apply for over 20 jobs a week while they stay in our programs. And recently we've hired a full-time job placement coach to help place people in jobs more rapidly. We go beyond the bed in financial education. Our programs require clients to save up to 50% of their income. This is mandatory. We educate our clients to create and live by a budget and make smart spending decisions. We facilitate behavioral change around the way clients save and spend money. We want them to think long term. We want them to be excited about their future. We provide this Beyond the Bed services all wrapped around with compassion, dignity, and respect. Our staff empowers clients through strengths-based interactions to make commitments to themselves so they can rebuild their confidence, their self-esteem, and their sense of pride. Beyond the Bed restores personal dignity so clients can leverage their strengths and move forward towards self-sufficiency. We tell our clients that if they will commit to Beyond the Bed, they will be successful, and we know this because we have a history of 90% of our family graduates successfully regain permanent housing and do not return to homelessness. That applause is for you, staff. After managing a wait list for several years for shelter, in July 2012, as Kathy mentioned, InnVision and Shelter Network merged and we formed a single entity. Now, 18 months later, after the merger, I'm proud to share that we are serving almost 1,000 more people this year, and we're doing it more economically. Serving 15,000 people a year takes a lot of resources, and that's where you come in. That's where our community helps us. Working together, we will go beyond the bed to help our neighbors overcome homelessness. Working together, we will create a world where everyone has a place to call home. And working together, we can build a brighter future for our entire community by ending homelessness. Thank you for coming this morning. Thank you for being part of our community. As you know, finding housing and employment are the essential components to Beyond the Bed. So I'd like to make 2 awards for outstanding partners in these 2 key areas. Our first Community Partner Award is the Landlord Leader Award. Harry Mehta is a recent landlord for InnVision Shelter Network, and he's been one of our most dedicated advocates. We were introduced to Harry by the Veterans Administration when our staff was looking for a house for a homeless veteran family. Harry shared that his first impression with the InnVision Shelter Network case managers was very positive and personalized, so he attended our Landlord Appreciation Lunch. There, he solidified relationships with other IVSN case managers whose clients were also seeking housing. And since last October, Harry has housed 8 InnVision Shelter Network graduates. Harry is empathetic with the challenges that many of our low-income neighbors face, especially those who have battled homelessness. He's devoted himself to providing affordable housing in San Jose, and he's going to continue to work with us closely to help more people. He's changing lives and offers a foundation for our clients to thrive when they graduate. Please help me thank and give our gratitude to Harry Mehta by presenting him with this year's Landlord Leader Award. And just as the landlords help our clients with their housing, our employer partners are also critical in connecting homeless men and women with gainful employment. One of our most collaborative relationships is with Good Karma Bikes. The mission of Good Karma Bikes is to provide safe, reliable bicycle transportation for underserved members of our community. For many of our clients, bikes are the only means of transportation. It's the only way they can get to their interviews, their housing searches, or their jobs. For over 4 years, Good Karma Bikes founder Jim Gardner has devoted countless volunteer hours teaching our clients bike repair skills. Every single Saturday, rain or shine, Jim is in the parking lot of our San Jose Montgomery Street Inn shelter, fixing bikes for clients, showing them how to maintain their bicycles, and training them in bike repair. This year, Good Karma Bikes expanded their influence and is working with our teenagers. They hosted a hands-on workshop for homeless teenagers about entrepreneurship and how to start a small business like a bike shop. Jim, you and your team at GKB are leading the way in helping local employers connect with hardworking and dedicated graduates of InnVision Shelter Network. Thank you for giving the people we serve the opportunity to return to productive employment and be able to participate in our community. Your work makes a meaningful difference in the lives of so many. Please help me in thanking and giving gratitude to Jim Gardner, the founder of Good Karma Bikes. And I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Mr. Carl. Thank you.